bunch of buzz online that Terrence Shannon could end up a Michigan Wolverine. Some account, I don't even remember what it's called. It doesn't have many followers, and apparently it's been wrong a bunch of times this year. Reported that Terrence Shannon is a quote unquote near done deal, other than admissions. Like he's coming to Michigan if they can figure out the coursework stuff. He's apparently visiting Michigan. That's been confirmed this week. I don't believe he's visiting anywhere else yet. So all signs point to Terrence Shannon wanting to play at Michigan. I would assume admissions is going to figure that out. They figured it out for Sean D. Brown. Juwan Howard has some pull. Terrence Shannon is an all-academic Big 12 kid. So it's about the credits transferring, but I have a feeling they would be able to pull some strings there. The other thing here is that Terrence Shannon and his mom are actively trolling. Like Hunter Dickinson tweeted the tweet, and I don't forget if it was like the eyeball emojis or something, but like Dickinson acknowledged basically like Shannon's coming to Michigan, and the rumor is Dickinson's back. That would be big. Within 20 minutes, Shannon tweeted it and was just like this emoji. And his mom is in Illinois threads on Twitter tweeting eyeball emojis about their starting five next season. So I don't know what to make of this. I know one thing. The Shannon family are trolls. That terrifies me because the last time Michigan recruited a troll, it was Josh Christopher, and we got trolled. I don't want that to happen again, and I feel the vibes of that. What do you make of the Terrence Shannon Michigan situation?
That wasn't the last time because Hunter Dickinson was a troll too.
Yeah, but a troll trying to troll us.
Got you. Yeah, I first of all, I just think it's hilarious that you just like, yeah, Terrence Shannon. He was all academic in the Big 12, by the way. What was his GPA, G? Do you know? What was his major?
I know he was all academic honors. Like they give out awards for that. He got an award.
Congratulations, Terrence.
That matters when you're trying to talk about making it through the harshest admissions school in the country, which is stupid as shit. Like I got bars for that too if we want to go there. But like his whether or not Terrence Shannon takes school seriously does matter in this situation.
True. I agree. Okay, but yeah, I mean, we talked to lengths about Terrence Shannon, what he can bring to Michigan. I think he's highly athletic. I think he's a great defender. I think that he is a guy that you can't sag off necessarily. I don't know if I would call him like a knockdown shooter, but he's a guy that shoots close to probably 37% from three. Do you think, or is that too high?
No, I think that's about right.
Okay, like he's a guy. He's a guy. Basically, you got to respect it. It's streaky at times, but you got to respect it.
I mean, he shot more threes a game than Eli Brooks did, and hit them at a high 30% clip. Like
right.
He's not just like you kind of got to get a hand. Like he's a shooter.
He's not a shooter.
If you shoot,
but Eli wasn't a shooter. Eli wasn't a shooter either. Like they're both not shooters.
Eli was definitely a shooter. Like
I think I got you quoted saying Eli's not a shooter.
Eli's the only thing Eli is a shooter.
Like he didn't have one of the most iconic running layups of all time. Respect that man.
If you shoot 5.5 attempts from three a game and make 38% of them, you're a shooter. Like, what are we doing here? Like the only guys who aren't shooters are like guys who shoot 5 attempts a game and shoot 28%. Max Christie. Or Caleb Houston on the road is not a shooter.
All right. Got you.
He's a shooter. What are we doing? Why are we diminishing Terrence Shannon? Why?
Because he's not I don't want to call him a shooter because that's not what I think his game is.
He's a shooter that can do a lot more than just shoot is the point. That's why he's the best player in the portal.
Here we go. This shot create the best player in the portal.
He's the best player in the portal.
In the whole portal.
He's the best player in the portal.
A lot of guys that committed too.
Give me a guy who's better than Terrence Shannon.
You're high.
Give me a guy.
You're high.
Again, give me a guy.
Kendrick Davis. Nigel Pack.
I'll give you Kendrick.
Nigel Pack.
Nigel's a toss.
Nigel Pack was first team all Big 12 in a conference that Terrence Shannon was in.
Was he first team all academic Big 12 though? I'm just kidding. No, look, Kendrick and Nigel are fair. They're high usage guards, like whatever. A point guard who shoots 20 times a game, yeah, they're going to be better players than Terrence Shannon, I guess. I think there's an unlocked element to Terrence Shannon that hasn't been seen because he's played 25 minutes a game for 3 years at Texas Tech.
Or He looks good at 25 minutes a game. You up the usage, he doesn't look so pretty. Up in the minutes doesn't always equal up in the production.
I think in this case it does. I think if you put Terrence Shannon at the
I hate that you're making me take this stance on Terrence Shannon when I've loved Terrence Shannon.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you're doing this just to play devil's advocate.
No, I'm not. I'm saying he's a great addition. Like, he is a top 5 addition in the transfer portal. I think I'll give you that.
He would be, no doubt, without question, the second best player on Michigan, would probably make them a top 10 team, and he'd be an all Big Ten player. If he played 33 minutes a game at the 2 for Michigan next year, he's going to score like 15 a game. He hasn't done that at Texas Tech because he plays 25 minutes in a Texas Tech system that makes subs like Tom Izzo does.
Okay. Well, he's going to Illinois anyway. He's going to Illinois anyway, so. He's
not going to Illinois, man. As long as admissions doesn't fumble the bag, please don't fumble the bag. Look at me. Look me in the eyes, please. I've worked way too hard for this. Please, just don't do this to me. Last thing on Michigan, if they get Terrence Shannon, is it okay that Caleb Houston leaves? Like, then you probably have Kobe Buffkin at the 2 and Shannon at the 3, or Shannon at the 2 and Terrence Williams at the 3. You don't care if Caleb Houston leaves regardless, right?
I think you want him back, right?
I think you want him back regardless. Shannon Houston would be a nasty wing combo.
I think you 100% want him back.
Okay. They would be over one scholarship technically. I think they could move one of Juwan's sons to walk-on status though and get around it. But
they're not going to move Jet to walk-on status.
Why?
The top 50 player.
Doesn't matter.
Well, maybe they'll have some. I mean, wait, because John's left, right?
They'd be one over even with all the departures.
Who has a scholarship? Like, is Will Cheddar still on team?
Cheddar's on scholarship. Isaiah Barnes is on scholarship. Kobe Buffkin, Frankie Collins are on scholarship, and then Dickinson, Diabate, Houston. So the presumption is if Shannon comes, one of the 3 freshmen would leave, or one of the 3 pros would leave. Dickinson's going to be back. Sounds like Diabate's back, and Caleb Houston is up in the air, likely leaning leaving. But I don't know if they all 3 wanted to come back and Shannon came. Maybe they're the team they were supposed to be last year, Cart. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe, but maybe not.
How would you feel if Michigan had 14 scholarship players and Michigan State had 9?
I'd be pretty upset.
Still be posting TikToks though.
This very well might go months and months.
I hope for your sake it doesn't. Although I enjoy the TikToks personally. I think there's a lot of people out there that do. So good work.
At least somebody's finding happiness in my pain.
Keep up the good work, my friend. This was the starting 5. We'll be back Friday.